Hello everybody, welcome back to HardReset.Info channel. In today's video, I'll explain the battery life on the Apple Watch Ultra 3 and I will show you how to save the battery fast. So, let's say you're using the newest Apple Watch Ultra 3. So, if your battery feels like it's draining way faster than it should, then you're definitely not alone because it also happened to me. Today I'll show you how to easily fix it and why the battery runs out. So let's talk about the real numbers first. Apple says that the Apple Watch can get 36 hours of battery life and 72 hours on low power mode. So that sounds great, but in real life most people will get anywhere between 20 to 30 hours, and if you're using LTE, always on display, and workouts, then it will definitely drain even faster than the 20 and 30 hours. So what's killing the battery? We're gonna start off with the always on display. So this looks cool, but it eats battery. You guys know how it works, and basically it's for me useless, but if it's not for you, then you guys can just leave it on, but it's only when you really need it. Now, the background app refresh. What you guys don't understand about the app refreshes is that they are refreshing all day. And if you did not limit them, then they will just keep on refreshing and refreshing. So I would recommend turning it off completely or just limit it. Now, if you're on cellular all the time, then you should definitely expect the battery to drop. So I would recommend keeping the watch connected to your phone via the Bluetooth instead of the standalone LTE. And whenever you're working out, then if it's a long workout, then using GPS and a heart rate tracking together can kill your battery even faster. So let's say your battery is draining right now. So here's how to fix it fast. This one's a lifesaver. It basically cuts off the background features, limits sensors, but still you can see the time, steps, and you can still receive the calls. So we're gonna start off and click on the digital crown. Now on the notification set, the control center, and click on our battery percentage. We want to click on low power mode, and as you guys can see, now this is everything that the low power mode turns off. So now we can turn it on, and now our battery should last even longer. Now we need to turn off always on display. So we're just gonna leave the low power mode on. We're gonna go over to the settings, and here we are at the main page. Now we need to go over and we need to scroll down until we see the display and brightness, and now click it. So here, let's scroll down until we see always on, and this is the always on display. We have a lot of settings here, like show notifications, show live activities, and much more. I would recommend you guys disabling it because you just won't miss it. So now we can leave here, and as you guys can see, your Apple Watch can always show the time. You can also choose your complications, show sensitive data. So you don't need to see the time every single time you actually either switch your wrist. You guys can just enable it and you will save a lot of battery. And then we're not going to leave the display and brightness just yet. We want to disable the wake on wrist race. So whenever you actually flick your wrist to you will see the hour. But if you disable it, you won't, and it will save a lot of the battery if you move your hands a lot during the day. So let's go back to the settings. Let's scroll down, and it should be in the wake section where we have the wake on a wrist race. Now we can just disable it, and as you guys can see here, we have the wake on crown up. So now we can just turn off our clock, and this is how it should look like. So we should actually be getting the yes, exactly. Now what can we do? We can go over and kill the background app refresh. So we want to go over to the settings, the main page. Now we want to go to the general, so it's almost at the bottom, sorry, almost at the top. And here we need to scroll down until we see the background app refresh. Now here, as you guys can see, this is disabled for me, and as you guys can see, turning off the background app refresh may preserve the battery life. So if you've given an app permission to read background data, this setting also controls background access. So as you guys can see, even the Apple Watch says that this setting may preserve the battery life, so that's how we know that it works. And of course, you guys can also go a little bit deeper and use a minimalist watch face. So what you guys basically will do is go back to the home screen. As you guys can see, mine has a lot of animations and everything in it. So I'll just hold my finger. I need to hold it right here. And now we can go over and add a new face. Now we're gonna go over and add something that has no animations at all. So I actually always use the, let me show you, I use the digital time, and I use either the flux or the flow. So these are my favorites. Now we can add one and we can leave it and just put it like that. So as you guys can see, you guys can also choose the option to disable those animations. I think that this is definitely way better than using the ultra face and having a lot of animations except for just one that's keeping on basically repeating. So as you guys can see, after it goes entire way up, you guys will see what happens then. And we have the new hour now. It's 1 minute. Now, as you guys can see, the more animations and data, the more battery it uses. So I feel like this setting right here, if you change it or you use something static like a photo, for an example, of something black, like the pitch black photo, then it should be much better for your battery. And here we are just squeezing out more battery at this point, but it's only if you want to go deeper. And if you're using the sleep tracking, the best time to charge your Apple Watch is during your either morning routine or basically while you shower, brush your teeth, make coffee. And typically 30 minutes will get you either 60 or 80%. And if your Apple Watch Ultra 3 battery life suddenly drops out of nowhere after an update, then you guys can also try restoring it or unpairing it and repairing it, because that resets a lot of bugs that can cause the background battery drain. So that's basically it for the video. If this helped you out, then drop a quick like. And if you're into the Apple Watch tips, tricks, and updates, you already know what to do. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.